Hello and welcome back to the Motorhome Review channel. Today I'm at CamperKing at their headquarters in Banbury and I'm here to show you their CamperKing T7 Freedom. This is their off-grid ready campervan for the new season. So I'm going to explain about the CamperKing choices that are available, then we're going to obviously take a closer look at this campervan. So CamperKing, they do build their campers here at Banbury. They've been producing them since 2010 and they're the largest converter on the VW. This one is shown on the latest T7 and we can see that fabulous front end here. Now the great thing with the Freedom is not only is it ready for those off-grid adventures, it's fully equipped and it also comes in two lengths. I'll talk about that shortly. Customisation, you have got so many choices. Obviously we can see it here in the fabulous yellow paintwork. However, there are numerous choices in the paint scheme. You can also choose your wheels and you can also choose your fabric, the cabinet finish and also specifications on the camper. The base price of Freedom is £62,500. However, once you've spec one up, like we can see here, you are going to be nearer to that £80,000 price point. So let's make a start. So, Freedom, here seen in the yellow paintwork, you can see as well the beautiful black gloss. You do have as well the front sensors. Size-wise, it's available on the VW short wheelbase and long wheelbase. The short wheelbase is 5 metres and 5 centimetres and the long wheelbase is 5 metres and 45 centimetres. And the great thing is you can drive the CamperKing on your car licence. You can drive that on your standard licence. They're all right-hand drive and the habitation or sliding door here on the near side. And as we can see, you get the pop top as standard. That's actually manufactured by CamperKing as well. The campers, they're 4-berth and they have 5 travel seats. Let's make our way around and find out a few more bits that we need to know. So first of all, we can see this spec'd with the alloy wheels. As I say, there's a fabulous choice of alloys, so you really can customise your CamperKing however you want it. The paintwork here and then with the graphics again, there's a choice of graphics and here we see the CamperKing logo embossed there. I'll open the passenger door. Now I've already turned the seat, so you can see it here. You do have choices, you can add certain things like heated front seats, heated windscreen. This is finished in the grey fabric with the yellow trim here. There's a choice again, so you don't have to have the grey, you can customise the trim to the colour of your paintwork. Let's continue down on the near side. So I've already told you that the pop top, it is built in-house. As standard, you're going to get a 120 watt solar panel, part of the Freedom off-grid package. You can upgrade that to a 240 watt solar panel if you want, and that's going to complement the 300 amp hour lithium battery that comes as standard. You can then add to that further batteries if you wish. You can choose the 500 amp hour or you can have the dual 500, taking it up to 1000 amp hours of lithium battery. So when I say it's off-grid ready, it really is off-grid ready. The sliding door, once we open that down, we'll have a sneak peek inside. In here, there's other off-grid features, which we'll come to very soon, but that's the sneak peek of our interior. A feature that I do like on the CamperKing are the tinted side windows running all the way down, giving a beautiful contrast between this black and then the paintwork finish as well. Heading round the rear, so the rear, the T7 VW, you can see here the light bars there, the VW badge, CamperKing embossed again here, rear view camera and the rear parking sensors as well, situated down there. And again, the yellow and the black gloss. Choose obviously the paintwork finish that works best for you. Opening the rear, so if I open this up, now on the back, on the tailgate, you'll see we have got the fabric finish here and that continues through as well. The seat, it's a Titan seat and this is also a bed. That does slide fully forward as well, giving you plenty of room in the rear of the campervan. So if you're using this as a dual purpose vehicle, it's going to be your everyday vehicle as well. You can slide that seat all the way forward and it gives you a huge storage at the rear, so you can use it as a van. When you're out and about on the campsite, you can slide it all the way back and it's going to give you the full space in the habitation area. You'll also notice a plug socket, the USB charging points as well. This one has the grey gloss cabinets. Again, we'll see those very soon, but you do have a choice on that. Another great thing, if I close this up now, another great thing on the VW is when you purchase one of these, the VW is going to give you a 5-year warranty on the base vehicle, 5 years of servicing included, 5 years of roadside assistance included, and your first 3 MOTs. So that's really good peace of mind with the vehicle. You're also with CamperKing going to get a lifetime habitation warranty, that's the interior of your campervan, as long as you have it serviced at one of the 3 main depots for CamperKing that are dotted around the UK, Surrey, Banbury and Newcastle. So a full lifetime warranty as well, as long as you keep up with your servicing. We also have a water filling point because on board you will have a 60-litre fresh water tank. The water system has a pump, so you have fresh water on board. Although it is an off-grid vehicle, you do also have electric hookup because when you are on the campsite, you may well want to hook up and charge the vehicle and use anything on board that runs off the electric, so you can do that. And you also have an external shower, so if outside you want to wash yourself off or wash your bikes or your dog, whatever it might be, you've got that option too. So looking down the offside, we see the continuation of the tinted window. This window here does open on the offside, and then our driver's door. Well, let's venture around because we're now going to go inside and take a closer look at the Freedom. So I've already told you in terms of its off-grid capability, you get the solar panel, lithium from 300 to 1000 amp hours, and inside the off-grid capabilities continue. So let me dive inside. Now in I go. So first of all, let's start in the VW cab. So here we have the grey finish on the fabric upholstery spec'd on this model, and that continues onto the armrests as well. This chair, fabulous that it does turn round as well, and it leads into our VW cab, packed with safety features and our infotainment system. When this is turned round, you'll notice this handy little table. You can take this out as well. It disconnects a little bit lower down, so you can take that out if you don't want that in situ, but otherwise a fabulous little place to sit. One thing that the CamperKing has is the continuation of the B-pillar. CamperKing, for safety reasons, do not remove their B-pillar. This gives much more structural strength to the VW camper. I'll stand up now and then we can see up into the pop top. So when you're in the campervan, if you have it fully raised, you can see the amount of headroom that I've got. This does open. You've got the different parts here that open up, and it also fully folds out, and I'm going to show you that on another campervan so you'll be able to see what I'm talking about with that system. So on a nice day like today, you can open this up and you've got that fabulous vista view out of the campervan. When the weather's not so great, you can have it as it's seen here, all zipped in and with these parts closed up as well. So with the pop top up, you have a useful amount of storage here and the headroom that you can see. 2 of the berths are in the pop top. When you want to use those berths, you're going to pull this part on the struts down and it's going to lower onto this level. Once in situ, you can then use that as a bed space. It comes with a 2-inch mattress as well, and that will give you 2 of the berths in the 4-berth campervan. Let's come back down to our lower level now. So with the top up, lots of room for your habitation space. Over onto the offside. So here you can see the grey gloss running down. As I say, you can customise your CamperKing however you want, so plenty of choices. These little drop downs, it's a little push and drop, and that's going to open up into the storage. And I do like that these small LED lights are situated here. Around the camper, you do have dimmable lighting, all LED as well. So the finish in here on Freedom, there's the dark wood internally in the cupboards, and they run all the way through as well. So you can put longer objects in there if you wanted to do that. Nice strong hinges as well, and then push back up and just click back into place. So that's our storage there. Then let's move over here. So the window that we saw outside that opens, that's here. Then there's a grey fabric finish to soften up the camper and give it more of a premium feel, because CamperKing, this is a premium camper van. There's a wireless charger, and there's also an amount of worktop space here, so you can put items on here and charge gadgets there as well. Then under there, if I pull this out, we have a cutlery drawer. So that's a nice little feature there, sliding out on its runners and then slide back in. Underneath there, here we have storage for our porta potty, because on board you don't have the fixed toilet, it's a small camper van, but you do have your porta potty, and that's stored under there. Following along, we then come into the second part of our kitchen space. There's somewhere the folding table, you can also move that and attach it here as well. And then underneath there is a 50-litre compressor fridge with small freezer compartment. So again, because it's an off-grid vehicle, it's running solely off the electrical system on the camper. And then you have the sink. So the sink here and the tap. You do on board have cold and hot water, the 60-litre fresh water tank, and that runs off an electric pump as well. Lighting underneath and more of the grey gloss as well, so beautifully finished under here. The sink, if I just move that, it does have a cover, and you can see you're going to drop this down over the sink when you're not using that. Next, we have an induction hob. So again, it's part of this Freedom off-grid package. Induction hob, pan on there, and off you go. Continuing down, we'll have CamperKing embossed here, and then the wine bottle holders or whatever type of drink you're going to store in there. And then coming along, we have our fold-up table. Now, with the folding table, you can also move that and attach it here as well. So if you have got your seating pulled further forwards because you're using the rear of the camper van, you can move the table and attach it here instead. Let me stand up and move along. I'll come to this side. So the table finish you can see here in this dark wood effect, it matches the smaller table and it matches your worktop space, and you unattach it and you can move that along. When you are on the road, you can fold this away as well, you don't have to have it out. Then sitting back here in the lounge, if you look at floor level, you'll see the runners. So the runners, as mentioned, go all the way forward and backward in the camper van. And on this model, we have the dark grey oak flooring. Again, you've got the choice of the finish for your camper van. The seating, it's the Titan system. This is specially designed for CamperKing. This isn't a rock and roll bed, it's the Titan system. So when you sat back here though, I'll just get into my place, look at that. So fabulous sit back. You also have 3 seat belt seats here, worktop space and another wireless charger. Then you've got 2 plugs and a USB and USB Type-C charging point, and the controls for the camper van. You're also going to have diesel heating on board. It's the air-blown system, so in the colder weather you can use your camper all year round. You'll have that diesel heating that's going to run through the diesel in your diesel tank. So yeah, sitting back here. So let's have a look what we're going to get further. There is a drop-down flap here, and that's going to give you storage into this compartment here. Now under the table, the good thing is because you can move this along, you'll find situated under here a microwave. This is a 700 watt microwave. Some of these items are obviously part of the options that's taken this camper to just under £80,000. So make sure you do check with CamperKing which are optional extras. But the microwave there, that is going to run on the campervan when you're off-grid, because as well as your solar and your lithium, you're going to have a 3 kilowatt inverter. Your inverter will mean that when you're off-grid, you can still use your plugs and you can use your microwave as well. There is an option, you can also have the air fryer fitted here instead. It's slightly larger, but if you wanted the air fryer system, that's an option that you can also have. Underneath the microwave, there are 2 further storage compartments. If I open those up, and we can take a look in there. So ideal for kitchen items, or it might even be shoes or clothing. I'll just come round and close that up. Now, further back, you also have, if I push that, a sliding drawer here, and this is a good use of the space underneath the seating. So this for me is where I'd be storing my clothing, under that seat. And then back here, if I close that, when you pull the seat forward, you have access to this. So pull the seats forward and you can access there. Right, so let's just have a recap back here. So we have lighting, the fabric finish, the bed that slides forward and also converts into a bed. To operate that, it's a straightforward mechanism. Pull it forward, use the mechanism, drop the bed, and you've created a double bed. This is giving a further 2 berths. So if it is poor weather and you don't want to use the pop top and you're just a couple, you can always sleep on here. You don't have to use your pop top. So we have the travel seats, we also have the bed here. Coming through, we enter into the kitchen area on the Freedom, the table where you can move it from here to further forward into your kitchen and use it as preparation space if needs be. There's the microwave or the option of an air fryer, the induction hob, you've got your wireless chargers, the sink and the fridge and freezer, and the porta potty storage as well. And then the lockers, overhead lockers with cupboard storage too. Right, let me dive out. So that is the CamperKing T7 Freedom, an off-grid, off-ready campervan. Prices start at £62,500, although realistically when spec'd like this, just under £80,000. Hopefully you've enjoyed having a look at the Freedom. Choices again in the short wheelbase or the long wheelbase. And I think if you're looking at a vehicle to use as every day, this could be a good option as opposed to just purchasing a car or just purchasing a larger campervan. The benefit of a smaller campervan is you can use this as an everyday multi-use vehicle. Right, I've enjoyed having a look, beautifully finished on the premium CamperKing conversion. I'm going to put a link in the description to CamperKing so you can check out all the models that they have and all the specifications that you can add. Thank you to CamperKing who've invited us to come and film today in their showroom, that's appreciated. So as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.